Welcome students. Today we are going to discuss about the Ohm's law. The first and perhaps most important, the relationship between current, voltage and resistance is called Ohm's law. It was discovered by George Simon Ohm and published in his 1827 paper. An electric circuit is formed when a conductive path is created to allow electric charge to continuously move. This continuous movement of electric charge through the conductors of a circuit is called a current. Here, in this example, we are comparing this current with the speed of a moving car. Current is often referred to the terms of flow. Understand the concept of Ohm's law by using the example of a moving car. So here we are considering the road as a conductor where the cars are moving. Moving cars are related with current. The supply is related with the supply voltage and the resistance is compared with the speed breaker. Here we can see a battery. If we supply more battery voltage, we get more amount of current. In battery there are various cells. In particular cell there is a particular value of voltage. We may have single cell battery or we may have multiple cells. When we connect more than one cell together, we get a battery. It is a DC voltage source. When a battery is connected, the charges move from one terminal to another terminal. Now, if a car is moving on a road and if you get a speed breaker, the car speed reduces. If you get more than one speed breaker, your car speed will reduce for the further extent. Why do we use speed breakers? We use speed breakers to control the speed. Something should not go out of control. In similar way, when we have charges moving inside a conductor, there must be some controlling element. So if conductor is moving charges across it, there must be some kind of speed breaker. That speed breaker is termed as resistance. Here we can see a resistor which reduces the current. We can see the circuit symbol of resistor. It is a zigzag line. There is difference between the symbol and the actual appearance of devices. Like we can see here, the actual appearance of resistor is something like this, where various color bands are used to describe or to define the exact value of the resistor. The unit of resistor is ohms. So we may have 1 kilo ohm, 2 kilo ohm, 450 ohms, or we may have various values. If the resistance is increasing, the amount of current decreases. So if we connect a small LED across a resistor and battery, what will happen? If you are increasing more breaker, the current will reduce and it will decrease the intensity of light. Let us have an example where we have to calculate the voltage between 2 points. So we have simple relation of Ohm's law, which is given by V is equal to IR or I is equal to V by R. So here we have to use V is equal to I into R. Where we have to use 1K resistance. For making 1K resistor, we use particular color band diagram as shown here. Gold, red, black and orange. It constitutes 1K ohm resistor. We'll share separate video describing the color coding of resistor. So we have current as 5 ampere and resistance as 1 kilo ohm. So what will be the voltage? Voltage will be product of I and R. That will equal to 5 volts. So the battery which is connected here will have value of 5 volt. So 5 volt is applying voltage which is creating current. Let us now see another example where we have to calculate the resistance. The setup is as shown here. Current is 2 amperes. Voltage is 8 volts. So what will be the resistance? Resistance will be equal to V by I. So in this way we can calculate the various values of resistance. Resistance is inversely proportional to current. As current increases, resistance decreases. Current and voltage are directly proportional to each other. That means if you increase the voltage, current increases. Is Ohm's law universal? No. Ohm's law is not a universal law. This is because Ohm's law is only applicable to ohmic conductors such as iron and copper. But it is not applicable to non-ohmic conductors such as semiconductors. Then why is Ohm's law not applicable to semiconductors? Ohm's law doesn't apply to semiconducting devices because they are non-linear devices. This means that the ratio of voltage to current doesn't remain constant for variations in voltage. Let us now understand this concept by using this particular diagram. Here we can see diode biasing. Diode is connected in forward bias. That means it is in on condition. Diode is made up of two semiconducting materials. One is of p-type, another one is n-type. When we give sufficient voltage, we get the conduction of diode. There is a conduction in diode due to electrons as well as holes. Here we can see we have two type of materials in this circuit. Diode consists of semiconductors and it is connected with battery by using wires or conductors. In semiconductors, it consists electrons as well as holes. But in conductor, there are only electrons. There is no concept of holes in the conductors. The detailed PN junction diode videos are given in the description. Now let us check the characteristic of resistor and diode. Here we can see symbol of resistor which we use in a circuit diagram and the symbol of a diode. In resistor, we get a graph between current and voltage in a linear shape as shown in this particular line. But for diode, it does not follow the linearity. It changes with respect to change in the values of electrons and holes, and we get some diagram like this. Why does Ohm's law fail? Ohm's law fails to explain the behavior of semiconductors and unilateral devices such as diodes. Ohm's law may not give the desired results if the physical conditions such as temperature or pressure are not kept constant. So that's all for today. Have a good day. Let's meet in the next session.